Hi YouTube, this is James Davis again. It's election year, it's 2016, we're down to roughly, what, 4 candidates? We're about to enter our actual elections where we pick a new president to run the United States. On the Democratic side we got Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton. On the Republican side we got Ted Cruz and Donald Trump. We're coming down to an important decision. So I would like to help illuminate one thing that I find disturbing, and that's that we got a Democratic nominee, Hillary Clinton, who wants to repeal the Bill of Rights. She wants to dig into the Bill of Rights, and I first heard about this on April 14th, but I've seen subsequent videos where her supporters don't even understand what the Bill of Rights is, what it stands for. So she wants to change the First Amendment. And, it's supposed to reduce talk about the political class, and, it's supposed to help the inadequacies of the country. But that's a Pandora's box. If you open up the Bill of Rights, you allow the First Amendment to be changed, then why not change the Second? Or the Third, or the Fourth, or the Fifth, or the Sixth, or the Seventh, or the Eighth, or the Ninth, or the 10th? And, this is not some sort of thing where these were just rights that were just given and it wasn't a big deal. No, this was something that the states demanded when the Constitution was formed. When James Madison and the other framers did the Constitution, they only did the Constitution. Their entire belief was there was no need for a bunch of amendments to solidify an individual's rights. James Madison thought it was stupid to sit there and you have to show that you have individual rights, that you have the freedom of speech and freedom to bear arms. These kind of things were not, I guess, in the focus of the framers. They figured if you weren't harming another person, then why should you even have to ask for the right to do anything? But before the states would ratify the Constitution, they demanded that the framers come up with a Bill of Rights. And originally there were 12, but only 10 were ratified. So really your First Amendment was your third, and so on. The first two had to do with more about Congress and about your legislators, including your senators and the House of Representatives and whatnot. So here we are, 2016. This Constitution's been going on for what? Over 200 years, 220 years roughly. And now Hillary Clinton's trying to open it up and modify it. So let's go through this. Let's see what we got here. The First Amendment, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. So what is that protecting? The right to picket? The right to say you hate where the country's going, or you like where the country's going? The right to say that you hate Christianity, or you hate Satanism, or you hate Muslims. You're protecting these rights. For those of you that just don't care, this also protects your right to not do this, to not do this, and to do this to the flag. It's protecting your right. So why would she open this up? Why? What would cause her to open this up that makes sense at all? She's not a commoner. Hillary Clinton is not some common person that grew up. She was a lawyer. She served in the cabinet for Nixon. And, yeah, she's not a commoner at all. So if she opens this up, it's not going to be for your means and your rights. It's going to be for hers, for her families, for her buddies. It's going to be for the elitists of the country. Hillary is not the peasant. She's in the top elite group of the country. That's why she's getting funded by the super PACs. That's why they like her. That's why she has this giant email scandal over Benghazi, and yet no one can seem to hem her up. They got Petraeus, they got Edward Snowden, but they can't get her. And the whole purpose is She's an elitist. She has those connections to protect her. But, let's say she is okay. And changing the First Amendment right is okay. So, you do have groups like the Westboro Baptist Church. They go and protest soldiers' funerals. And that's pretty screwed up. I mean, those guys are assholes for doing that. So let's say she wants to modify it to protect a funeral and add all these other things. That's great. That's great. A lot of y'all hate the fact that people stomp on the flag or ride around on a motorcycle with the flag upside down, not for the purpose of, distress, for the purpose of just saying screw America. So let's say it's for those purposes. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. But you've opened that box. Hillary's not a gun advocate. She hates the Second Amendment. Her entire Democratic Party hates the Second Amendment. So let's see what the Second Amendment is. A well-regulated militia. Being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So what does that mean? When you break this down, this entire Constitution was there to replace an Article of Confederation, or excuse me, yeah, it was there to replace the Articles, which disabled the government from actually effectively taxing the states, which was created to get away from a tyrannical government. The Constitution is not there to say, hey, we want you to go hunt. It's there to say, if your government gets tyrannical, revolt. You got guns. Use them. That's what it's there for. God forbid we ever have to get put in that position where our government gets so corrupt and tyrannical that we actually have to pick up our arms and use them. But that's what it's there for. It's not there for any other means. So is she going to open up that amendment next? If you open up one, what's two? I mean, if we don't care about one, and the Democrats take Congress, what's the second one? So, Third Amendment. No soldier shall, in time of peace, be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. What does that mean? It means soldiers, such as myself, can't go kick down your door and demand that you house us and feed us. Pretty self-explanatory. Now, granted, Hillary hates soldiers, so I doubt she's going to mess with that one. Let's go on number 4. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures should not be violated. No warrant shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, in particular describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. So, okay. Again, she's going to do whatever she needs to do to get things done, right? She's a politician. She's not a feel-good person. She's not a professor. She's not a political analyst. She's a politician. Flat out. Bloodthirsty politician at that. She's going to do whatever it takes to do, she's going to do whatever it takes to get what she wants and she desires. So if that means stripping that amendment away too, why not? Let's modify it. Let's modify it to say, I don't know, I'm the executive branch, I'm president, I think I should have the power to demand to go into your house. Like it or not, that's just the way it is. It no longer gets left up to the judicial branch to make a warrant. Now it goes into the executive branch. And she can do that once she modifies that amendment. Hold on, excuse me. My wife is shaking her butt, so I figured I should show y'all. No? Not at all?
Oh, you want to hear about what?
Yeah, hold on here.
Shut
So, you got other amendments. You got the Fifth Amendment. Everyone knows what the Fifth Amendment is. You don't have to even explain that. It's the right to shut the hell up when you're being asked. The Sixth Amendment, right to a speedy trial. Seventh Amendment, it says, in suits at common law where the value in controversy shall exceed $20, the right of trial by jury shall be preserved, and no fact tried by a jury shall be otherwise re-examined in any court of the United States than according to the rules of common law. So again, this is saying you have the right to get your money back. I mean, it's pretty simple. Moving on to The Eighth Amendment says excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed. I'm sorry, I think we've already destroyed that amendment. Yeah, I mean, you look at the other ones, it's not a big deal, but this is our Bill of Rights. This protects us. This is everything that we need. And we've seen over the past few years how when the government couldn't strip the right to bear arms, that they just hijack the cost of ammunition. When you got Homeland Security buying enough ammunition for a 10-year war, just jacking up the price of 223 ammo, 5.56. I mean, if you're smart, you resorted to using 7.62 ammo. But you can't even find 22 caliber anymore. The bricks are $50+, whereas they used to be 20. I mean, they have found a way to strip us of our Second Amendment right already. They've just worked around. So are you. When you go to the voting booth, are you going to vote for someone that wants to break what you grew up on? This is your constitutional right. This protects you. We've already seen how the framers didn't even think it was necessary, but it's proven itself necessary. These amendments, these Bill of Rights, have already held their ground. They've showed their use. Whether you agree with people yelling at a dead soldier at his family's funeral, or whether you agree with someone stomping on the flag, it protects you. It protects you to say you don't like the president. You don't like the state. It protects you when you want to picket. If you don't like abortion, that's fine. You can go outside the abortion clinic and you can hold up a sign, and it protects you. So you want her to break that? Make a choice. Y'all have a good night.